The combination of wearing a mask and staying 6 feet apart from your fellow Mississippian can go a long way towards helping us reduce the spread in our communities. Please continue to wear a mask as often as is possible. I know that over the last 4 weeks, more and more Mississippians have been taking the opportunity to wear a mask when in public. I believe strongly that if we will come together as a state over the next several weeks, commit to one another to wear a mask, it can not only help us as we get our kids back in school in a safe, responsible way, but it can also help us reduce the number of positive cases and ultimately, and we know this is a lagging indicator, but ultimately reduce our challenges on our healthcare system and ultimately reduce the number of fatalities. One of the things that I've tried to do over the last 6+ months as we've done these regular press conferences is to not only talk about the response from a public health perspective, but also talk about our response from an economic perspective. As you all know, I created a Restart Mississippi group months and months ago, brought together some of the greatest minds Mississippi has to offer in the world of business and industry. They came up with many great ideas. And today, I'm excited to announce, after the legislature made a very good, very wise, great decision to implement this idea, and I am forever thankful for them doing so, I am excited to announce a new program called ReSkill Mississippi. This program will help individuals and employers across Mississippi who have been impacted by COVID-19. As I have discussed repeatedly, while we are in the midst of a public health crisis, we are also fighting this disease on an economic front. Hundreds of thousands of Mississippians have been laid off during this pandemic. Countless Mississippi employers are struggling to make ends meet. I believe that ReSkill Mississippi may be able to help some of those who are hurting. In May, my Commission on Economic Recovery recommended that CARES Act funds be utilized for workforce training efforts to help displaced Mississippians. As a result, the State Workforce Investment Board, led by our chairman, Patrick Sullivan, made a recommendation to the Mississippi legislature for those efforts. Patrick is here today and will discuss the program in more detail shortly. I want to remind everyone, the funding for this program was passed by the legislature, which made the Mississippi Department of Employment Security the fiscal agent and our state's 4 local workforce areas the administrators. I give you all this background to say that this has truly been a collaborative effort. ReSkill Mississippi is an effort to utilize these CARES Act funds to not only get Mississippians back to work, but to get them skills training that will help them work in even better jobs than they may have had before COVID-19. Long before COVID-19 hit our state and our country, I frequently discussed the long-term goal of raising household incomes in our state. I believe firmly that this program can make a real difference. ReSkill Mississippi has 2 components, one that allows individuals to get short-term training at one of Mississippi's community colleges for skills that are in high demand, and another that incentivizes companies to train individuals on the job by reimbursing wages during the training period.